Are you thinking about making a career change in the new year? Making a change, whether switching careers or finding a new job, can give you a fresh start. It could mean more meaningful work and a more promising career trajectory. While it's tempting to let excitement about the potential of something new and novel drive your decisions, you might end up in a worse situation if you're not careful. Research shows that many people who've changed jobs in recent years regret their decision. But there's a proven way to avoid making a bad move. In this video, I'll share a valuable framework that I've personally used and taught to over 100 of my clients to avoid career change regrets. I'll walk you through the process, explain why it works, and give you actionable steps to increase your chances of a successful career transition. Let's first talk about why so many people have regrets when making a job change. Imagine setting out on a hike through unfamiliar woods. You're filled with energy and optimism, eager to explore new paths. You start walking in what feels like the right direction, following whatever trail catches your eye. After hours of walking, you realize you aren't where you want to be. The scenery isn't what you hoped for, the path is more difficult than expected, and you're not even sure you're headed toward your intended destination. Without a compass to guide you, each fork in the trail becomes a guess. You might end up deeper in terrain that doesn't suit you or further from your actual goals. And the longer you walk without direction, the more time and energy you waste before finally admitting you need to reassess your path. Just like a hiker who needs a compass before venturing into the wilderness, you need a clear sense of direction before making major life changes. Otherwise, you risk wandering into a situation that takes you further from where you truly want to be. This is why so many people regret career changes. They simply lack a clear direction or tool to help guide their decisions. And it happens more easily than you might think. We face career opportunities and changes regularly, some so subtle that they don't even feel like decisions. And if we aren't careful, each choice can be like taking another step down an unmarked path. It might be accepting a promotion that pulls you away from work that energizes you, or one that saddles you with responsibilities you dread. Too many of us make career choices blindly without a compass to guide our path. I learned this the hard way. 6 years ago, I was stuck in a toxic job with no clear direction. I kept pushing forward toward the next promotion, doing what I thought I should do, until my body forced me to stop. I began experiencing severe anxiety and panic attacks, and they became so debilitating that I couldn't work, leading to a 6-month medical leave for recovery. This crisis became my catalyst for change, setting me on a path to discover where I wanted to go and to build my own compass. In order to build my compass, I had to let go of some core beliefs that I held. You see, I used to believe in the idea of a dream job. I believed that there was a job out there for me that would provide me with meaning and purpose. This idea brought a lot of pressure to focus on work and center my identity around work. This mindset left little space for me, ultimately leading to burnout. As I started to rethink the role of work in my life, I found a number of other frameworks that were helpful, but each one was missing some crucial piece. This includes the Ikigai formula, which was perhaps the most helpful. This framework included the intersection of 4 areas: what you love, what the world needs, what you're good at, and what you can get paid for. What I liked about this framework is that it started with me and encompassed more aspects, but the framework felt incomplete. It still felt like the focus was on finding a dream job. So instead of trying to fit my view into an existing framework, I decided to create my own. Over the next several years, I continued to refine my own much broader framework. It has revolutionized my life and relationship with work and is the thing that I teach my coaching clients. So what does an effective compass look like? There are three main elements of your compass: the what, the why, and the how. The what is what you love to do, activities that energize you and bring you joy. Your why are your core values and motivations, and the things that drive you forward. Your how are the conditions that you need to thrive. So take into account your uniqueness, your strengths, your limitations, your personality characteristics, your nature, so that you can carry out your what and your why in a way that actually feels really good and works for you. When you actually stop to create your compass, you'll end up with 4 to 7 things in each of these 3 categories. And once you have your compass, it can be the guide that informs your decisions moving forward. Think of your compass as a lens with which to view new opportunities. A new job opportunity pops up in your feed, your boss offers you a promotion. Use your compass to assess whether it lines up with what you want or need. In working with clients to build their own compass, I've seen how transformative and empowering this can be. For example, one of my clients, Laura, worried that she'd need to leave her job completely and start over somewhere else to address the burnout she was experiencing. Instead, by working through this process, she uncovered what she enjoyed about her work, minimized what drained her energy, and envisioned a life where she had more flexibility and the ability to travel internationally with her son. Later, when she was offered a promotion, she was able to negotiate for exactly what she wanted and later enthusiastically accept the offer. 3 years later, she's still happy with this decision. Creating your compass is trickier than it might seem. Over the past 6 years, I've discovered that humans are surprisingly terrible at identifying what truly brings them joy. If I ask you to list your core values right now, you'd probably struggle. To help you build your compass, I'll share 3 proven activities that reveal the core elements of your ideal life. I use these exercises in my group coaching program, Design a Life You Love, and they've consistently helped my clients discover what genuinely energizes them. The first activity is to map out your ideal daily life. While this isn't a new concept, many experts emphasize the importance of visualizing your perfect day. Chris Guillebeau poses a powerful question in his book, The Art of Nonconformity. What does your ideal day look like? Not a vacation day on the beach, but a day where you are in the zone and doing things that are meaningful to you. Sure, thinking about your daily routine isn't as exciting as dreaming about peak experiences or major life milestones. But to find your true direction, you need to start with life's fundamental building blocks, your days and weeks. Before outlining your ideal day, reflect on these questions and prompts. First, think about a recent day that felt good. Describe it. What did you do? Who did you spend the day with? How did it feel? Next, consider what small things bring me the most happiness on a day-to-day basis. And then ask, what activities help you recover and regain your energy? These questions will help you identify what you want to include in your daily life. Once you identify the things you'd want to do every day, consider what else you want to incorporate into your life on a regular basis, weekly and monthly. All of these things can point to important aspects of your compass. But your daily life is just one part of creating your compass. The second activity is to reflect on your life's peak experiences. For clearer direction, you need to examine your most energizing and meaningful moments. moments, those times when you felt truly alive and fully engaged. I guide my clients to identify 4 to 6 peak experiences from different areas of their lives. Once you identify your peak experiences, consider these key questions. What was I doing? Why was I doing it? Who was it with? What was the environment like? How did I show up? And what made this a peak experience for me? Here's a personal example of a peak experience. In 2017, Corey and I took a 2-week trip through Europe, visiting France, Switzerland, and Spain. As the first complex trip that I planned myself, I dove into researching attractions, mastering transportation routes, and even learning basic French. This became a peak experience because it combined thorough planning to design the experience we wanted to have, active learning, and quality time with Corey. When analyzing your peak experiences, look for patterns. Through this process, I discovered my own recurring themes: a love of learning, a passion for travel, and deep appreciation for quality time with loved ones. The third and final activity that will help you build your compass is conducting an energy and engagement audit. This idea comes from a book, Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. It was one of the most transformative activities I did while seeking direction in my life. In fact, it was so powerful that it's now a core part of my group coaching program. Here's what you do. At the end of each day, for 3 to 5 weeks, write down everything that you did and rank the activity on a scale of 1 to 5 for 2 factors. First is energy. How much an activity energizes you or depletes you. A 5 means I freaking loved every second of this activity, while a 1 means that was utterly exhausting. Second, rank your engagement levels, or how absorbed you were in the activity. A 5 means I was so fascinated that time flew by, while a 1 means that was so boring. I couldn't concentrate on it and I kept getting distracted. This energy and engagement audit helps you peel back the layers of your life to understand which aspects of your current activities are energizing and engaging and which are depleting and boring. Even if you have negative feelings about your work right now, this will help you identify the specific aspects of your job that you do and don't like. When I did this activity, I discovered activities that energized me. Writing, delivering workshops, coaching, and being a thought partner, among others. I also identified things that drained me, such as dealing with conflict management, being constantly interrupted, feeling rushed, and needing to make small talk with large groups of strangers. Your list will likely be different, but this gives you an idea of what to look for. After completing these activities, use your insights to articulate your compass. What do your responses to each of these activities tell you about what you love, your core motivations, and the conditions that you need to thrive? Are you seeing any commonalities in your answers across the activities? Go back and re-watch the earlier part of the video where I talk about the what, why, and how to get more clarity. Take time to write this down and solidify your observations. Once you do, you'll have your compass. You'll have more clarity about your next job opportunity, and you'll be able to assess whether a new position would be a good fit, something you'd enjoy that would energize you. The secret to moving in the right direction really is that simple, but it's not easy. That's why I run a group coaching program for those who want support in this process and to dream big about new options. If this sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the description below for the Design a Life You Love program. I've now worked with over 100 clients to help them gain clarity and move from ideas to action. I've seen how it can transform lives, and I want the same thing for you. It may be just the thing you need to finally take action and improve your work life. Sometimes taking action can be incredibly difficult. I've been there, but I've learned that there's one thing that makes it so much easier, and it starts with a mindset shift that I discuss in this video. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy the journey.